What's up and welcome to the Kingz Korner. It's your boy Koolaide. This is the homie Rich.
What's up?
This is where we talk about random topics and you get the collective king point of view.
Yeah.
So, but first,
guys, continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and just keep talking to us about this hobby that we love.
Right. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That would be a goal for 2022.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't think we're going to do it in a month.
No, we're not going to do it in a month.
So we're going to keep throwing out random stuff so y'all will like it. So today's show is Spec books under $50.
Yeah, so this is a list that we put together of books that there's a lot of speculation on that we think will have an increase in value that you guys can get right now for affordable prices.
A lot of things we talk about are speculation. Mm-hmm. Speculation is somebody's random thought of a book. There you go, pick a book and say, this one is going to gain money. Kind of like stocks.
Definitely, because there's either an announcement that's made, a property is optioned, there's rumors that a certain character is going to show up in a certain property. So there's all kinds of reasons why there's speculation in the comic book world. So
we're going to tell you what we think. Here's the list.
Geek Life presents.
It's your boy Koolaide. This is the homie Rich.
What's up? Did you catch that Easter egg? Champ is back.
Peace, mad flavor.
Be good, everybody.
Alright, first we're going to go ahead and talk about Ghost Rider number 28.
Nice.
This is the first appearance of the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, absolutely. This book is an interesting book because it initially got so out of control high. People were selling it for a ton of money. It's back down, so it's affordable again. However, because we haven't seen the Midnight Suns just yet, there is speculation that we will.
See, for those who don't know out there, the Midnight Suns are the supernatural hunters of the MCU.
Right.
So we have people like Ghost Rider, Blade, you know what I'm saying, Johnny Blaze,
Night Stalkers, Darkhold, all those people, Morbius. Yeah.
These are your supernatural. And a lot of people believe that we have gone to outer space in the MCU.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're going through time in the MCU. So now it's time to hit the supernatural.
Now with the upcoming release of Morbius the movie
and Blade,
the fact that Blade has already been
he made a cameo
introduced in the MCU again. There's speculation obviously on these characters. There's also speculation on Keanu Reeves joining the MCU, and a lot of people tend to think that if he does, that he's gonna play Ghost Rider.
Oh, that would be dope.
That would be dope.
Because
I would definitely see that.
Was it at 1990s or early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Saying Nicolas Cage played Ghost Rider.
Definitely.
And the first movie was dope to me.
I agree. It was all right.
The second one was, are they doing?
Right. Yeah. They did lose their way, and they called it Spirit of Vengeance, right?
Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah.
And then if you watch, saying the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they had a modern take of Ghost Rider. I don't remember his name, but he had the car.
Oh, Danny Reyes.
Danny Reyes.
Is that his name? Danny Reyes, yeah.
And I actually like that version.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know which version they're going to introduce.
Right. And with the utilization of all these characters, I mean, it's only logical that as the MCU continues to expand both on the small screen and the large screen, that we're going to see these characters eventually.
And people don't understand that Dracula was a book in the 60s and 70s. Mm-hmm. Blade first showed up in the Dracula book. Mm-hmm. Saying Dracula has been a big part of the MCU for a long time.
He has.
Wolverine Wolverine's one of his major antagonists. Mm-hmm. So it's only a matter of time before these characters show up. And now you can get this book for $40.
Right. Some people might still have it for like a really high price, but you can still find it at affordable rates.
Well, looking up and researching, $35 for you, it's like the average. If you see it more than that, go on past it. You can find it somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. Pick it up.
All right, guys. The next book we want to talk about is a series that I actually enjoyed. I read the entire series. It's only 5 or 6 issues. It's Proctor Valley Road #1. This is way affordable. It was just optioned for a series, I believe.
Right. And so tell me about it, because I have no clue what this is about. I didn't read it.
Okay, so this story is... Do you remember the 80s movie The Gate?
Kind of.
Okay, so it was like a horror movie, and this comic book series really gave me a strong like connection to that movie. It had like the same type of vibe. So it's kind of like a Stranger Things mixed with The Gate. If you guys have seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's basically a group of young ladies who want to raise money to go to a concert, and all these supernatural shenanigans ensue. It's a decent book. It's a fun read.
Don't they try to go see Janis Joplin?
I believe that's who it was. My memory, but
why?
I believe
go raise this money to go see Janis Joplin?
Because the book takes place in the 70s.
Now that makes more sense,
right? And so yeah, that's what the kids are into.
And don't they get some boys to go with them?
Right. So they go on a tour, like a ghost tour, in the desert.
In the desert? Who goes hunting for ghosts in the desert?
Because they experienced something there, and they were bragging about it in school. So, sorry for the spoiler-heavy synopsis.
But I don't think we've learned anything. We just know about there's some kids, some girls who talk boys into stuff, and this happens on a regular basis in life.
So, forgive my poor recollection of this book, but I do recommend it. I read it when it first came out.
It's going for $10. This is a book that you probably can find if you go dumpster diving right now.
You can probably still find it for cover price.
You might even find it on shelves for cover price.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe in a value pack.
Yeah, so if this becomes a popular property, I do think that these books will increase in value. And especially since it's just such a short run, you can easily get the entire collection quickly.
And UCP, I'm saying, with Grant Morrison, are putting this out. So I can see this as a Netflix show.
Definitely.
And if it's a popular Netflix show, this book is going to go from $10 to something that's killing the children status.
I don't think it'll reach Something's Killing the Children. I don't.
If the show's high?
Maybe.
I don't know. Because we've seen some books that be worth nothing, worth $200-$300. It's off of a good show.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, if the show is good, then it will make the book go up.
So if you want a short-term investment, pick this one up.
Definitely.
All right, just the other day, the Into the Spider-Verse 2, Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1, was released. And one of the villains, because they not announced who the villain was or who all the Spideys who will show up.
Right.
But for a long time, the Spot has been tied to the movie. And if you don't know who the Spot is, it is a Spider-Man villain from the 70s. And he could make a hole in reality and go to another dimension. And so he had a costume that was all white with spots on it. And I thought that was really corny. But in Spectacular Spider-Man 98, he appears. And you can get this for $15. So imagine if you find a raw book for $15, CGC it, and the book and the movie comes out and he's the villain.
And he's the villain? Forget about it.
You're gonna triple, quadruple your finances.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is more of a, in my opinion, like a fun speculation. I don't foresee this book like increasing in value too much, even if he is the villain.
I don't know, because a lot of people like Into the Spider-Verse.
No, I definitely agree, but like as far as like going into like several $100s, I don't see it.
Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad, that was a $15, $20 book.
Okay.
Now you can't find it for less than $200.
Even still?
Even still.
Okay, wow.
Because he was now become a fan favorite. And so if he becomes a fan favorite, even as a villain, or if Marvel puts him out in a new Spider-Man story.
Right.
This book has a lot of potential. It
does have potential. So it's definitely a book that we recommend you guys get now. The movie comes out in a couple of weeks, so...
Into the Spider-Verse comes out in 2023.
Oh, I was thinking of No Way Home.
Which you didn't buy me a ticket for?
Yeah. Alright, guys. Our next pick, I think you guys need to hurry up and get, because it's not going to be affordable for long. Our next pick is Star Wars The High Republic #1. This was just recently announced that they're going to look to make a movie out of this.
Right.
So this first book has so many first appearances.
This is the giant-sized X-Men of the Star Wars universe.
Definitely. There's so many first appearances in this book. It's still affordable. It's under $40 if you ag now. There's so many variants. So, you can get not the A cover, and it could still be a lot cheaper than even what the A covers were.
$28. I mean, what's crazy is when this book first came out, raw, fresh off the shelf, it was going for $300.
Yes.
And you couldn't find a copy.
Right.
Now it has crashed down to $28 for a raw copy.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy, if you go to the right place, you can get a 9.8 for around $80 to $100.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Because if the movie news continues to develop, this is going to get astronomical.
And especially if these characters that are introduced like continue to be popular and maybe even become like the future of the Star Wars world.
Right, because movie number 8, 9, 10. No, what was the new count? The new movie that came out?
9.
9. They took number 1 and remade it. So at least this is a brand new take on the Star Wars universe.
And I believe this takes place like thousands of years before the Star Wars universe that we're familiar with.
Right. So we learn how the things that made up the Star Wars universe.
Right.
And so these are the characters. These are Jedi and Sith from the beginning.
Yeah. So it's definitely it's a run I've been collecting. I definitely recommend you guys going out and getting this run.
If you're just a Spec person and you want to make a couple quick bucks, definitely, this is the book to go get now. Right now. Our last pick is one I'm still surprised it is under the $50 window that we try to keep.
And it may not last there.
It may not last. This is Avengers number 62. The first appearance of the man-made M'Baku. M'Baku.
This is definitely a book that's not going to stay under 40 for long.
No. The rumor has it he's going to be the hero of Wakanda forever.
Yeah, they're saying that he might take over the mantle of the Black Panther.
Because Shuri has been hurt while filming.
Right.
Plus, she has had some questionable views on some things.
Really?
Yes. And you know how Disney is.
Yeah.
So if you're not on that PC bandwagon.
Right.
And she has been making her views public, on set, on Twitter. So if she don't shut her mouth soon, she gonna be like
they're gonna take it away from her.
Yo, you know how they did the old girl from The Mandalorian.
Right.
So M'Baku may come up and wield the mantle if things don't work out.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I can see because in the movies, like the actor's a great actor and he was a well-liked character. So it would make sense to bring him back and keep using him. Right.
And so if he becomes the Black Panther, this $40 book will now be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely a long-term investment. Get in while it's cheap. Get in now. If you're a collector that gets multiple copies of things, if you want a raw book, a graded book, now is the time to invest.
Because Black Panther alone, the first appearance of Black Panther, a 2.0. I have a 2.0 because I can't afford anything else. And that is worth $700.
Wow.
Right, for a 2.0. Yeah. My little crusty book. But it's my little crusty book because a 9.8 is worth $25,000.
Right, yeah.
So
it's insane.
This could be the ground level, especially if this is the Black Panther kids know from the future.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, this is a book that you should have on your radar, that you should hunt for and try to get now.
Right? So this is the end of our list because we wanted to do it a little different than our main list. This is spec heavy books under $50. Remember, spec heavy books we're giving you a list of our opinions of books that you should pick up that we believe will gain value very soon.
Yep.
But also we got to give you this, you know what I'm saying? What is it, not a spoiler? It's called, when you tell them.
A disclaimer?
There you go. This is why he's a smart one. Got to give you a disclaimer. Disclaimer. Saying buy what you want.
Yeah, definitely. If these books don't appeal to you, they're not for you. Don't get them.
And we're just two very smart guys who have collected a lot of comic books. But you ain't got to listen to us.
Not at all.
Saying it's your boy Koolaide. This is the homie Rich. This is the Kingz Korner. Holla at your boys. Mad Flavor.
Be good, everybody.